too young to be dessert, yeah. I'm too young to be dessert, yeah. I'm too young to be dessert.
Hey Firebirds, this is your girl Phoenix Alexander. I know I haven't seen you guys in a while, but I had to get my mind right. You know, life was happening and I had to be present for that. So your girl is back. So I have to tell y'all, prior to me being the fabulous disabled diva that I am today, I was a dental assistant for many years. Growing up, it was a lot of us and not a lot of money. So even for us, like, thank God my dad's best friend was a dentist. And so he was able to help us out a lot, but we did not have money for dental care or anything like that. Like, when I got into dental school, I was so excited to learn about taking care of teeth. It was always something that I was very interested in. But once again, I didn't have access to that information. So I am going to be that source of information for you guys in case you just don't have the money to go to the dentist. If you're having oral issues or anything like that, I will be more than happy to help you out and help you hood rig your teeth until you can get to the dentist. So the first thing we're going to talk about is getting your cleanings and why it's so important to get your cleanings. So I know for a lot of African American people, it's just like cleanings. Like, what do I need to get a cleaning for? That's why I brush my teeth. But your teeth actually have surfaces that you can't see. Only about 40% of your tooth is shown. The rest of it is actually under your gums. And unfortunately, food, bacteria, all kinds of stuff winds up getting trapped underneath your gums, and you can't get that with a toothbrush. And unless you're religiously flossing, and I mean after every meal you're flossing, chances are the food's going to get down further than where the floss can get it. So then what happens? What winds up happening is all of that food and bacteria is just kind of chilling down there, having a party.
2 hours later.
And you get plaque buildup. So why it's still plaque, it's soft. It's like that fuzzy stuff that's on your teeth like 20 minutes after you eat, especially if it's carbs. Feels like a fuzzy ass lawn on your teeth. That is plaque. And that you can literally rub it off with a finger and your tooth is smooth again. Like, oh, okay. Plaque is no problem. You can easily get it off. And as long as you are getting regular cleanings and stuff, no problem. Now, the problem is if you let it sit for a while,
the next day,
then plaque becomes something known as calculus. Once it turns into calculus / tartar, that ain't wiping away. That's not brushing away either. And that's where the issue comes in. Because if we get tartar and calculus, that really tough, what makes your teeth feel gritty, even after you brush them, you might be like, still feeling some grit. So you go and you brush that area again and you're like, still a little gritty. That little gritty feeling is calculus. So what happens is the plaque that has set on your tooth for a while, if you don't move it around, if you don't flush it out, if you're not getting it, then what happens is it starts to harden up. And once it hardens up, it's literally like stone, which means that we have to use a dental tool called the scaler, and I'll have a picture. Or if you get a professional cleaning machine called a Cavatron, here's a picture of that. And I'll explain what they do in just a second. And so you would need to have one of those tools to actually chip away at the stone, the calculus that's on your teeth. Now, if you don't get that cleaned, over time, what winds up happening is it continues to move down the root of your tooth. And holding your tooth in place are like little ligaments. You know, it's like a little bridge that holds your tooth into the gums. So as you have this tartar and plaque and whatever, bacteria really, moving down the root of your tooth, it's snapping those bridges. And then your teeth start to get loose. And that's why you need to have cleanings. So with a scaler, what it does is there are a couple different kinds of scalers that you might see your dentist or your hygienist, which is a person whose whole job it is to clean teeth. You might see them use different types of scalers. But what they essentially are tools that have a sharp, very fine point at the end. And they're able to get underneath and, flick it off. If you use a tool that is too dull, it'll do something what's called burnishing the plaque. And basically that just smooths it to the tooth and makes it even harder to get off. So when it seems like your plaque is your calculus is like, nah, I'm going to stay here. I like it here. I'm going to hang tough. And no matter how much picking you do, I'm not coming off of this tooth. That's when they pull out a machine called a Cavitron. So what the Cavitron is the combination of the scaler. So the hand tool that we just discussed is in combination with an ultrasonic machine. So what happens is you have thousands of vibrations that are going on, and you have pressurized water that comes out. So they're able to scrape your tooth, and then it vibrates as well, which helps loosen up any calculus that might be on the tooth. And then you have the water to spray it away. So anybody that has dental insurance, and I know that's like the vast majority of people in America, your dental insurance includes 2 cleanings a year. And they never really specify when you have to get them done. So you can separate it and do, every 6 months. I've had people who had more severe dental issues that use their cleanings back to back. And then if they need subsequent care, they just pay out of pocket. But at the minimum, make sure you use your 2 cleanings a year. I'm not going to say that it is a painless process, because depending on how long it takes for you to get there, they got to really get in your teeth and get all of that calculus out. If they leave any behind, then there's no point in doing it. So they have to be able to get in there and really get all that stuff off. And although your teeth might feel a little sensitive for a couple of days, I know a lot of practices will actually numb you if they have to do that, because they know it's uncomfortable. And that way you can just sit there and let them do what they got to do. And you're not, ooh, ah, whatever. So if they offer the numbing, go for it. It's your McDonald's, you're the king around this bitch. Tell them to numb you up, let them get to work and get that cleaning done. All right, guys. So I will see you again soon. Take care of yourself. Make sure you brush them teeth, y'all. It will keep you alive. All right. Bye.